Hey, what's up? Good morning, guys. I have a couple things this morning. First thing, I want to talk about a book I've been listening to that I think could be really helpful for you guys. Especially if you really like kind of understanding the mindset. It's definitely a really good book in regards to that. If you're into that kind of thing. So, it's called The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. I got the audiobook version. I do like listening to books, especially if I'm not recording videos. Then I'm probably listening to one in my car. Sometimes, I always love listening to music too, but I switch it around. But I do prefer audiobooks. I like to read a book every once in a while, but when I'm trying to go through a lot of different books, I always like listening to audio because it's a lot easier to do it that way whenever you're doing stuff. So, the reason I recommend that book, and I think it's really cool, I've gotten a little over halfway, so there's still a lot more to go with it, but I really enjoy understanding, like, mindset and why, people do certain things, or why, just the answers, I guess you'd say, to, how our mind works. And also, like, how we can improve our mind, because, I know it wasn't too long ago where I was stuck in bad habits and my mind was always, I guess you'd say, off, or it would always jump back to the negative stuff. Like, I would be, like, making some traction, and then all of a sudden I would jump right back into old habits, negative habits, and it was like, why is this constantly happening over and over, and how do I fix this? So that's kind of when I started really trying to understand it better, because I feel like if I have an understanding, then it's easier for me to, I guess, figure it out. So the reason I like this book, it was, a lot of different things. A lot of it's kind of about inner faith and belief. You don't necessarily need to be a religious person to listen to this book. There is some mention of, like, prayer, but it's not prayer like under some certain religion. It's just more of, like, an internal connection, because I think he's explaining, like, when you do something like that, what's really going on in your body through belief, in your mind through belief, and how even if you don't do that, maybe some methods on how you can find that moment of, I guess you'd say, like, solitude, but in a way connected feeling. So it's a really good book. One of the other things I really liked about it was, man, this feels like reading Rainbow right now. What I really liked was so they were talking about how, like, you think about, like, Olympic athletes or, professional athletes who, just seem to always stand the test of time. Like, they might fail, but they always end up getting what they're going after. They become one of the best. And he says that a lot of times it's because they've trained their subconscious mind through, like, envisioning. So, like, envisioning an end result. So, you could even look at it on the other side, like, negative, like, oh, I'm too broke for this, or, I can't do that. And then you make it a reality because you already planted that seed in your brain. Your subconscious mind, for those who don't know, is the majority of what you do every day. Like, that when you sometimes realize, why the heck am I doing this? It's probably because your subconscious mind was conditioned to do that. So in the book they explain you can recondition it, and I know it sounds weird. It's like, recondition my mind. That sounds like Frankenstein nonsense. But it's actually, we recondition it every day of our lives with what we surround ourselves with, who we surround ourselves with, what we listen to, what we read, what we believe. All that affects our everyday life. So it's not too out there. And, if you had the choice, would you choose a better way of living if you could? Then maybe this book might be helpful for you. But anyways, going back to the Olympic idea, that when you believe something and you put that faith and you plant that seed and you envision it, you're now bringing about it more and more because you're seeing it clearly. You can see the end result. So life forces will take you to that result as long as you keep envisioning it, as long as you have the faith in it and keep going after it. So that's just something small that I've gotten, I mean, just out of half the book. I mean, this is, of course, through many other books that I've read, and, you know, a lot of this stuff that I continue to read, I like to tweak up Stage X, which on Stage X, the intent is that October 1st, I will have the first drop, the first ebook release. It'll be obviously 100% free. You just got to send me, you know, your email, or just message me on here on Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're watching this, and you know, I'll get you your free copy. It's going to be 100% free. The only thing I ask is if you could leave a review on it, and personally, you know, let me know what you thought about it. If you feel like you have additional context, you know, send me a message. You know, let me know what you thought about it. I do have a couple people editing it who've given me some feedback through that. So thank you. And I just, if you do get a copy, I really would appreciate the feedback. And like I said, October 1st is the planned release date. So hopefully it'll stay that day. I'm not planning to change it. I'm trying to make sure I get it done. Every time I look at it and I'm like, all right, it's done. I end up changing my mind, or I'm like, oh, I want to change this. Oh, this looks good. And I just need to put it out there. And then if you guys want more, I'll just make another book. So, yeah, let me know if you want that. Post in the comments here. Send me a message and I'll get it out to you. I hope you guys are having a great week and have a even greater week for the rest of the days. All right, take care.